Good night, morning, afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Low Tay Podcast. I'm your host for this week, Axel, and I'm joined by my two Tylenol users. Tylenol user one, Ivan.
I have an announcement.
You have an announcement, and prescription
There's an announcement.
giver to Josh. Josh, bro, my brain's cooked today. Holy shit.
What?
I'm cooked. Hold up. I'm on Tylenol right now.
Bro's on all the Tylenol.
What the fuck was that?
He took so much Tylenol that he thought John's name was Josh.
Why did I call you Josh?
I don't know.
Why did I call you
the
Josh?
Tylenol tells you
The
things.
Tylenol told me to.
Well, I'm just here so I don't get fined, but I guess, I guess my name's Josh now.
Yeah, how you doing, Josh?
Yeah.
But anyways, how y'all's week's been?
Hectic. Been getting ready to move.
Oh,
Awesome.
yeah. I believe by the time this episode airs,
I will be flying to Michigan by Friday, right?
No, well, Saturday. So when this episode airs on the 3rd, the next day we'll be
in Michigan the 4th.
Yeah, we'll be going on a really nice road trip.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you'll be down in the south. Like you'll be officially moved in, yeah?
Yeah. Yep. I'll be officially moved in and unpacked on the 1st of October and the 2nd of October. And then I immediately jump on another plane with you. And then we fly to Detroit to get picked up by my parents so that we can pick up the car I bought out there and drive back down for a road trip. So you get to see my old stomping grounds in Michigan.
Fuck yeah, dude.
By God.
So, yeah, it's not much to see, but it's pretty this time of year with with all the change in colors and stuff like that. So I don't know if you guys ever seen photos of Michigan. Fall. Yeah, because of all the maple trees and the sugar maple trees, there's a lot more red than there is orange. So you get a lot of greens and browns and yellows and golds and reds. It's as much as I hate winter, the falls in Michigan were actually really nice. They're not chilly. They're just a little chilly, but they're not super cold. And they're really, really nice, really breathtaking. And lots of apples. We grow a lot of apples in Michigan. So a lot of apple cider, a lot of apple products. You actually will find more apple products in Michigan than you'll find pumpkin products more often than not, especially through the area that I grew up in.
Huh. What about like double shovel? Like cider?
Unfortunately, no. There is there is a cider company that's out of Marshall, Michigan. That's also a winery as well, and they're really good stuff. They got some really good stuff there too. I think they have a cider called Dark Horse. I don't know. I think there might be another cider. I'll be honest. I wasn't really big into ciders when I was in Michigan. I was more into. I was just getting into whiskey. And what else? Beer. I was into beer a lot, and I went through a tequila phase too, which was a travesty, and shall go down in the history books as memorable. Let's go with that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Cool. That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah. Sorry.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Anyway.
But anyways, fucking shit happened this week. We survived the Rapture, so that was cool.
Yeah,
actually, it'll be 2 weeks from now.
Technically, we didn't survive the Rapture.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The Rapture would be going on.
Yeah, but that was wild.
That was.
I learned like that on a YouTube video of a Moist Critical video saying that, well, the rapture happened. I'm like, what?
Yeah. Wait, where's this coming from?
Well, here's something else that's kind of wacky. But so I'm a devout Christian, right? So I had someone, a liberal, who is an atheist, a strong atheist, after this rapture was supposed to happen, came to me and they go, I guess you survived the rapture. And it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? What rapture? Just like, yeah, didn't you hear about the rapture and stuff like that? After I did a little bit of deep diving, I read that there was this whole like theory and like a bunch of theologists were talking about it. And I'm just like, there's like 2 more prophecies that have to happen. The rapture's. But anyway, that's a bit much into theology, but yeah, I thought it was I thought it was pretty funny.
People be stupid.
It was funny. Funny.
Oh, yeah. Came and went. So kind of a little going back to when John was saying that, you know, you're more into the beer and the whiskey stuff back then, not much of the ciders. So did you know that Michelob Ultra is the new best-selling beer in the U.S.?
Really?
I don't know how people can drink piss water and be okay with it.
Okay. No, that's valid. So Michelob Ultra definitely sucks. It's too thin.
Anybody never had a good time with it.
Anybody who ever drinks Michelob Ultra is either a pretentious dickhead or is on some form of weight loss journey or super athlete or golfing or something. Like, I don't understand why there's such a huge popularity for it. But yeah. I will say the one time I've ever enjoyed a Michelob Ultra was actually in Michigan, and was when it was mixed with apple cider, like ice cold apple cider. You just put a little bit in there with the Michelob Ultra. That's actually really good. And fun fact, I don't know if you knew this or not, but Mountain Dew, the soda for Mountain Dew, was originally purposed to be a flavoring for beer back in the 40s and 50s.
Interesting.
It was supposed to lighten the taste of the bitterness, make it a little bit more sweet, and give it that citrusy flavor. And the reason why it's carbonated is so that it doesn't take away from the carbonation of the beer when you dilute it. So the original purpose for Mountain Dew was to be a mixer for beer. That's pretty good. Last time I've tried it, it's pretty good. Nothing to shake a stick at, and I probably won't ever do it again, but it's pretty good.
Well, it overtook Modelo.
It's Modelo time.
I didn't know Modelo was the best-selling beer in the U.S.
Well, Mexicans.
That's crazy. Well, I was going to say there are a lot of Mexicans here.
Mexicans.
I'll be honest. The hot take, I don't really care for Modelo. I really don't.
You know, I mean, of course, being Mexican, I have to like it. But, I mean, I like it. It's aight. Modelo or Corona.
I would take a Corona over a Michelob. But then again, I'm also one of those psychopaths that takes a Guinness over anything else. So.
Yeah, you're the psychopath. I can't.
Do you like Guinness, Axel? Oh, never mind. Sorry.
Doesn't drink.
Never mind. Yeah, I forgot you don't drink. Sorry.
And if he did, I really don't think he would like Guinness.
No. Oh, okay. So I'm sorry. This is going to be a little bit of a tangent, but the beer is kind of a good segue into it. So, Axel, I know you don't drink, and you probably won't partake in this, but have you heard of a 999 before? Have we talked about this before, or have you guys talked about this before?
I actually don't know.
That would be no.
I mean, Brandon and I talked about the 999s, nope. I think.
Okay. So the 999, for people who don't know, so the 999 is 9 beers of 9 hot dogs and 9 innings of baseball. I'm a big baseball guy. I love baseball. So it's a challenge. The goal is to consume 9 hot dogs and the 9 beers and the 9 innings of baseball. So 3 outs up, 3 outs down. And Ivan's
it's
actually
harder than
done
it
one.
Sounds.
Yeah. So Ivan's done a couple of them, or at least attempted a couple of them with me. And I have a bunch of other friends that have done them before. I've done it 8 times. I've successfully done it 8 times. And I'm close to doing it for the 9th time. So I've done the 999 9 times, but I'm saving it for as far as Cleveland goes. So I'm a big Cleveland Guardians, Cleveland Indians fan, and I've been a fan of theirs ever since I was a little kid. And they are both in combination, them and the Detroit Tigers are producing the greatest fall and comeback in baseball history. So I don't know if you guys know about like sports statistics a lot, but whenever you are getting into the postseason, it's all about your record in getting into the postseason, like how many wins versus losses you have. In the major leagues, they play 162 games. So a lot of the games in the end come down to swaying on who makes it through the wild card bracket, who makes it into the postseason. Well, starting September, so September 2nd and 3rd, Cleveland was 15 and a half games back off of the lead. I think they were like 4th place in the American League Central Division. So the Major League split into 2 divisions, American League and National League. That's how the World Series comes to play. Because the World Series is an American League champion and the National League champion that play in a tournament bracket. That's the playoffs for the baseball. And that's what the World Series is. Cleveland plays in the American League in the Central Division. There's the Central, Eastern, Western Division, and they were 15 and a half games back off of Detroit, and they were like 3rd or 4th in the division on September 3rd. It is now September, at the time of the recording, it is September 25th. I think they lost today, but they came back and clinched the lead and was 1 game up on the Tigers. And they went on a 19-2 run since September 3rd. And the Tigers went on a 2-19 run since September 3rd. So they lost the biggest lead. I think their statistics to make it into the postseason was like 98.6%, and Cleveland's was like 15%. Now it's done a complete 180, and Detroit's chances of getting into the playoffs is like 17%, and Cleveland's is in the 96%. So I'm super pumped, and I got a lot of buddies of mine from Michigan who are diehard Tigers fans. So it was been a lot of shit talking back and forth about how good the Tigers have been, or how shit the Tigers have been, and how good Cleveland's been. So anyway, that's enough of my baseball rant. Sorry.
That's cool. That's cool. That's interesting to hear. I mean, the only thing I know about baseball is about fucking, what was it, Dodgers? The Dodgers were The Dodgers were like in some form of losing streak, and then a VTuber did a collaboration. They did a collaboration with HoloLive, a VTuber organization, and then they won the game. It was kind of funny. That's literally all I know.
So you know what's nuts about that is that apparently a lot of YouTubers, like Mr. Beast, is like changing a lot of the perspective on sports, specifically around baseball, because apparently Mr. Beast used to play baseball. And so he actually crashed a Savannah Bananas game over like a week or 2 ago. Did you guys hear about that?
No.
Nope.
No. So obviously you guys know who the Savannah Bananas are. They're the Harlem Globetrotters of baseball. The way that they play the game is actually really interesting, and I actually really like their rules, except for the foul ball catch rule. I think that's kind of stupid, but whatever. Mr. Beast actually crashed when they were at PNC Park in Pittsburgh. They were playing against one of the teams. And when they were in the 8th inning or 7th inning, Mr. Beast came out and said Chandler was going to be a batter for the Savannah Bananas, and they picked 2 random people in the stadium. They drew their ticket stubs and picked 2 random people. If Chandler struck out or got out in any way, shape, or form, the one guy got $50,000. If he got a hit or put the ball in play in whatsoever, then the person B got $50,000. So, and then Chandler batted, but he got out by a fan catching the ball. They pulled the fan down and they gave the fan $10,000 for catching the ball. And they gave the person A the $50,000 for Chandler getting out. And then they gave him another chance for Chandler to hit again. But this time it was going to be the same person B that was supposed to get the money if he got the hit. Or if he got out, the guy who caught the ball was going to get an additional $50,000. And Chandler ended up, I think, popped up or something like that. So there were two fans. One walked away with $50K and the other one walked away with $60K. And he crashed his Savannah Bananas game. That was pretty cool. I watched Coach Rack on YouTube. He kind of does that vlog thing through the Savannah Bananas process and stuff. So it's kind of cool.
That's what's up.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Axel. I'm a big baseball guy. So sorry.
I was gonna say, quick side note, totally unrelated. Did your mom take Tylenol at all? Or?
I don't know, but she was smoking something to name me John with no H. So.
Oh, fucking good shit.
But that's interesting you say that.
Huh?
That's interesting you mentioned about the Tylenol because of what's going on right now.
Yeah, glad you. So, I guess segueing into our, at least for me, the funniest and biggest news for me. Fucking, I posted this in the group chat, like, what was it, a couple days ago in Signal? Dude, I was fucking laughing my ass off, and I was like, there ain't no way this is real. Or hold on, I'm gonna scroll back. Yeah, I was like, I fucking can't believe this is a real headline, and it's my background for this for our video listener or video watchers. It's just, it says Trump and RFK Jr. And it's just autism announcement, autism breakthrough, and oh my dude. How can no one at any of these news stations, like, they can't be serious?
Yeah,
like,
I
no
don't know,
one stopped them and been like, it looks like they're insinuating something.
Or there was 100% that boardroom was like, this is going to be a meme, and I just know it. It was probably on their bingo card for the month. Let's make a meme.
Dude,
out of a
oh
news.
my God, I couldn't stop laughing. That is so fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But so I mainly want to bring this up for one because funny ass meme is just autism announcement. But secondly, so it was about RFK Jr. Saying, I don't know if it involved like the FDA or whoever the fuck. But they say that there's a correlation between Tylenol and autism, or sorry, women who take Tylenol during pregnancy and autism. But from my knowledge, like, there's actually not really a correlation, but they say anyway. But whether or not it's true or not, I think the reaction to the announcement is sadder and more hilarious than the actual announcement, in my opinion. If y'all have seen any of the reaction to it, yay or nay?
Yeah, I've seen some of it.
Okay, actually, I know you and I we talked about this earlier today, but like, yeah, one thing that stuck out to me the most was that. So whether or not, well, I won't say whether or not you like Trump or not, but the people who really don't like Trump, they will go out of their way, no matter how, right or wrong he is. They will always like try to paint him wrong in any way. Like, I truly believe, like, if he like somehow cured cancer, someone would still be mad because of fuck Trump, like, in their mind.
And it goes back to that meme where it's like Trump should identify as a woman so that it ruins the whole identification thing. Because I wonder what would actually happen if he actually came out and said he identified as a woman and just completely flipped the script on that. I wonder what would happen. They'd probably think he was mocking him, but I'm actually kind of curious to know what that crash out would be.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a great thing to ponder. I do wonder what kind of implosion that would happen with all the Trump haters, but specifically for the autism stuff, the Tylenol, did y'all see any of the shit online where there's women who are supposedly pregnant and they're just downing like Tylenol bottles just to own Trump and be like, see, it doesn't cause autism.
Mm-hmm. And did you know that the majority of a lot of the major cities now have a lot of intensive care patients who overdosed on Tylenol and they're having premature births and having their children in the NICUs.
Wait,
hear about that?
Wait, are they really?
Oh yeah. There's like, I think I was scrolling through one of my news feeds like today. And apparently there were 3 individual people that I had seen that had taken a ridiculously high dose of Tylenol, sent them into the ICU, had a premature birth, and then now that baby is in the NICU now, which is the pediatric intensive care.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's backfiring on a lot of people because if you take too much of anything in excess, it's going to cause harm. Like if you take too much vitamin C, it shuts your kidneys down. You drink too much water and you go into hydrostasis, I think is what it's called, where your cells become overhydrated and actually start breaking down because you're having too much water pass through the lipid wall of the cells. And it literally destroys the cells, causing apoptosis. And then like Benadryl, if you overdose on Benadryl, you can hallucinate and create seizures. Or cough syrup, it can shut your kidneys down in your liver.
Yeah, I've seen some. I
feel like
some
the
people talk
Benadryl
about
is a meme.
Yeah. I've seen some memes online with the Benadryls about like people will see like a dude in a hat or something, like a shadow guy.
Yeah,
or so I'm told.
Benadryl. Yeah, Benadryl can 100% cause hallucinations when taken in high doses, and it can cause seizures too.
Well, one way to find out.
Right. Yeah, Ivan, don't you take a lot of Benadryl?
Let me just down a whole bottle like people are downing like Tylenol.
It's more consistent to find those types of statistics when people are taking the liquid Benadryl versus the pill tablet form of it. Because it's harder to control the milligram dosages when you take the liquid version of Benadryl versus the pill.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well,
moral of the story
autism.
is literally taking anything in excess is bad for you. Who would have thunk?
Yeah. I've seen some other funny reactions, like this one person, whether or not they're a pregnant woman or not, or just some dude trying to do a meme, but they were like, I'm here I am downing a whole bottle of Tylenol so my child can be like the greatest Magic the Gathering player of all time.
So
That's
based.
crazy.
It's so fucking based, so they could be a League of Legends player,
funny.
you know?
No. I mean, actually, you did tell them a couple weeks ago to make sure that they take their meds. Don't take your meds in excess, people.
Breaking news. Axel's the reason why everyone's ODing on Tylenol.
Who would have thunk?
Who would have fucking thunk? Holy shit, I didn't put 2 and 2 together.
I didn't think anybody actually listened to the show.
I don't remember it, and I'm part of the show. Oh, that's funny, though. Axel, thoughts, question, concerns? This is your doing?
I did it.
How does it feel to be the sole proprietor to the wave of autism that's about to crowd our country?
Skill issue.
Okay, speaking of autism, so y'all see some wild shit about the UK? So,
I mean,
I've seen that meme before in the group chat. Bad cable management. No, but so in the UK, I just want to throw this out here because I kind of wanted to know John's thoughts since you do medical shit.
mm-hmm.
So have you ever, or hold on, how can I phrase this? Is it possible for someone to get in trouble for saying stuff at a hospital? Like, I don't know how to phrase this.
Like, what do you mean stuff at a hospital? Like, you can't run into a hospital and say you have a bomb, or I'm going to steal a baby or something like that.
You're just going to steal a baby. No, okay, so here's a scenario. I just want to know your thoughts on this. Someone is about to go into surgery, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they start cracking jokes. The jokes are somewhat, I wouldn't even say dark. They're just jokes, but I guess someone could take it as like not a sexual joke. I don't know, like, you know how people can get offended from jokes or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Can the cops be called on someone in a hospital like that for like saying stuff while they're like
Are we talking about a patient or a staff member?
A patient.
Okay. So if a patient is like going under the knife and they are exposed in some way, shape, or form. So this is something that's actually covered in laws and ethics. Laws and ethics is one of the first courses that you take in any type of healthcare industry whatsoever, whether or not that's a CNA position, nursing position, MD, whatever. Laws and ethics is a major topic when it comes to the discussion of healthcare. And one of the major things that it comes into bedside care when it comes to laws and ethics is the discrepancy and the usage of privacy on the patient's perspectives, right? So if a patient is supposed to get a heart monitor put on, for example, right, and it's a female, technically speaking, the way that we're supposed to do it is the patient is supposed to privately derobe and put on a hospital gown. And the patient should only ever show us enough of their body to be able to perform the necessary procedure, right? So, like, for instance, a woman should never sit in an office with her top completely off and have a provider walk in to do a small heart monitor in the middle of their chest. That should never be okay. They're always supposed to have some form of privacy no matter what.
Okay,
and at any point, the patient can decline.
Well, okay, so that's not what I was getting at with this.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
So,
are you talking about the providers cracking jokes, like sexual jokes about a patient?
No. The patient is okay. So I'll just tell you the scenario that this happened. So, okay. Like I said, this is referring to autism because all of the UK is autistic. And there was a guy, at least on Reddit. So I guess who knows how true this is, but I'm gonna believe it because it gets to shit on the UK. So there's a dude who was going under for a surgery of some sort. I forgot what it was. I was trying to pull it up on my phone right now on Reddit to get to it, but I forgot what UK subreddit because there's like 1,000 of them. But essentially the dude was, like I said, he was going in for surgery, and he said that he was nervous because, whenever usually people are nervous when they're, going under the knife. So he started cracking some jokes about, I forgot what it was about. It was something like he was joking about like, shit. I don't even want to say what joke it was because I don't want to misrepresent what it actually is. But it was, I don't think it was like any sexual jokes or something, but it was more like poking fun of like how they're going to do something to his kidneys and like his wife is not allowed to do it, or I forgot what it was about, but it was like, I guess a bad joke. And they said that so there was 4 people doing the operation or whatever. And one of them filed a complaint. And then now the police wants to go and talk to him. I just wanted to know, is that a thing that can even happen in the US?
No, it is very much not. And there's a reason why that's not a thing in Americanized healthcare. So for one, America has freedom of speech. You're allowed to say everything and anything that you want, right? Without fear of repercussion. Even though people can label hate speech on whatever they want, you are allowed to say whatever you want. Granted, you take your own life.
Without persecution from the government, private companies are different.
Right. Well, so they can't press charges based on those types of jokes. The only thing that is in the practice's scope when it comes to type of reprimandation, when it comes to that particular type of comment, is discharge. So a facility, a health provider, specifically a private entity, even hospitals can do this, but a private entity, well, no, hospitals can't do it because of a Good Samaritan law. Anyway, private practices can actually discharge you and refuse care if the relationship for patient and provider is no longer a productive one and an efficient one. So if you go into the facility and you're cussing and screaming and yelling and shouting and stuff like that, calling the provider names, the provider can kick you out. Right? Yeah. And the provider can kick you out and they can bar you and you can never be seen by that facility again. But by law, you're required to give them at least 30 days to be able to transfer the records from your facility to another facility. And then after that, they're not allowed to be on the premise whatsoever, and then it becomes trespassing. But in regards to cracking jokes and stuff like that, if a complaint was made, that's all internal thing. The police would never get involved in that. Unless it was a complete derogatory hate thing that was malicious and had actual intent behind it, like I'm going to kill you and your family type thing.
Yeah, no, it wasn't anything like that.
If it's just a bad joke about like, oh, don't let my wife in here because she's going to steal my kidney and sell it so she can get her diamond ring or something like that, or something stupid and kind of quippy. No, that's just the UK being stupid about what they can and can't say. I mean, the UK requires licenses for television. Like you have to pay like a yearly license to be able to broadcast television in your home.
Oh, I found it. Okay, so sorry. I found the actual Reddit thing. Here, I'm gonna post it in the chat for y'all if y'all want to read it. So this is what it says. I've been invited to a police interview over comments I made while having an operation in a hospital. Do I need a solicitor? And they said that I was getting a flexible sigmoidoscopy or whatever. I don't know.
I'm pulling the page up.
2 weeks ago. So the first joke was, it's been a while since my wife done this to me. The second joke was, I hope you enjoy the view. I usually charge for showings. And then now I guess, let's see. The two jokes resulted in a complaint from a member of the medical team, 4 people in total, one of which complained, who were performing the operation on me. Police visited my house this afternoon and asked me to make contact with the station to arrange a suitable time for an interview. I haven't been told I've been charged with anything.
So what that is that's actually something completely different. I'm sorry for going on a completely random tangent. So the hospital is required to report any type of malicious or suspected malicious intent when it comes to domestic violence, even if it's a joke. So that particular procedure, a flexible sigmoidoscopy, is a colonoscopy. It is the American version of colonoscopy. It's a procedure used to use a flexible scope that's used with controllers robotic. It goes up through the rectum, in through the large intestine, and is used to evaluate the large intestine to see if there's any type of like. It's a colonoscopy, right?
Okay.
So the fact that he cracked the jokes like it's been a while since my wife has done this to me. That's hilarious. I would have been dying in the office room. That's hilarious, especially knowing what the procedure is, that it's just a colonoscopy. He's cracking a pegging joke. And then,
that's funny.
The second joke, I hope you enjoy the view. I usually charge for showings, is a prostitution joke. I would have been pissing myself if the patient would have been cracking those jokes.
Yeah.
I've cracked those jokes before.
So looking at this, so I can kind of see someone might have said something about like a sexual harassment thing. Is there something like in U.S. hospitals that deal with that?
Yeah, internal affairs. And then if there's ever a sexual harassment, from a patient,
like cracking a joke,
100%. Okay. Anybody who ever files a sexual harassment joke about something like that, because so those procedures are also not completely. I just wanted to bring it up. I didn't mean
to make this more of a thing, but I was genuinely kind of.
Yeah. So fun fact, those procedures, you don't go completely under like you do if you go under the knife. You're only partially sedated. So you're kind of awake and you're really loopy. So he could potentially argue that he wasn't in his right mind since he was sedated at the time. So he would be potentially expunged from anything that he actually had said. But yeah, that's just someone being stupid and reporting just a really, really fun joke, trying to make lighthearted of a circumstance.
Yeah, I mainly just wanted to know.
That's the healthcare worker being stupid. That's the healthcare worker getting butthurt over something really stupid.
But I mean, it's
and the police have to get involved. Yeah. And the police have to get involved because it's a sexual assault thing. It files under the same thing as sexual assault. I'll give you an example. If I know we don't really want to make this a huge deal, but I'll give you an example. Oh, I don't know if I should actually talk about this or not.
Okay.
So I used to work in a nursing facility back in Michigan. I'm not going to say the name of the facility. In that nursing facility, I used to take care of both males and females, right? All the time. And I was a certified nursing assistant, so I would go in and take care of their daily life, right? Well, there was a patient that was in the facility that should not have been in the particular department and wing that they were in, and they should have been in a more specialized wing because of neurocognitive issues. I was of only like 4 males that actually worked in the entire facility, and this particular patient had filed or had told their power of attorney and their child that someone had gone into their room and performed unsanctioned sexual acts. And because it had been reported, I had to go in for an interview. And I actually got detained and stuff like that for it. And I had to go into the police station and actually talk with them and actually undergo everything. And as soon as the cops like reviewed everything, they were like, oh, yeah, no, this is stupid. And they literally threw it into the trash because nothing had happened. And then the patient got neurovaliced and put into the department where they actually could get the care that they needed. But that's an example of that, where I was actually kind of not necessarily victimized, but I was caught in that type of allegation for a while, for about 2 weeks, because of just an offhand comment that they had made to their child and their power of attorney, and they blew it completely out of proportion because nothing had happened. Granted, if that ever happens, you definitely need to report it. Like, that's not okay in any way, shape, or form. But in this particular instance, nothing had happened, and the patient was just talking out of their mind. And then it got reported, and I got thrown in handcuffs, and everyone got evaluated. I got lectured and interviewed and stuff like that. So that's probably just what it is, just reverse roles type thing. So
okay.
Crazy.
Well, my point still stands. The UK sucks.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like I'm ranting a lot this episode. I'm sorry, everybody.
I mean, we've been talking for like over 2 years. You got to catch up.
Yeah,
we've been doing this for so long now. But
what are your thoughts, Axel, on that whole circumstance?
Yep, that's wild.
Yep, spoken like a true poet.
Spoken like a true third guest. Right, third host. My opinions matter a lot.
Oh, so much.
Well, you don't have any comments on something like that? You don't have anything to weigh in?
Nope. Because I definitely paid attention.
All right, well,
I get that a lot.
So how about this topic? Y'all both are into space, yeah?
Yeah.
What's up?
Space stuff? Space? Okay, so Voyager, yeah? Y'all know it? Voyager 1?
Mm-hmm.
Or I think it's Voyager 1? Or might have been Voyager 2. Whatever, one of the Voyagers is now 1 light day away from us.
Oh.
Wow.
Officially, 1 light day away.
We lost contact with it a long time ago, right?
Nope, we still are in contact. It takes 1 day to do comms. I think we have up until, they estimated we'll lose full contact with Voyager by 2030 something, like 2033 or 2032, I think. So,
and how far will it be at that point?
That's a good question. I don't know. But I do know that it'll be a light year away in like 20,000 years.
Oh, that's
crazy.
That's not too far.
Well, no. But here's the thing: the closest solar system to us is like what, 3 light years away, 4 light years away.
4, yeah,
so
4.
60,000 years from now, it'll finally hit the next solar system, quote unquote.
No, it would be a quarter of the way there. It would be a quarter of the way there because you said in 60,000 years it would be 1 light year away.
No,
so
20,000
years. The way there. 20,000 years.
Yeah, in 20,000 years, there'll be 1 light year, I believe, also is what I saw.
So yeah, 60 or right? It
yeah, 60. Yes.
Yeah.
No, 80. It would be 80. It would be 80,000.
Which honestly, it really isn't that far.
But here, I mean, I guess it depends on how you look at it. I mean, it took 80, or I don't know if it's been 80 years. It's been a long time for it to finally reach one light day.
Yeah, which is kind of insane.
It's like, yeah, I mean, it's zooming through space at 30,000 miles an hour?
Yeah, 38, nearly 40,000 miles an hour.
Yeah,
I
think it's Voyager 1.
That's crazy.
You know,
that's cooking.
You reminded me, I forgot, but someone did the same thing with a satellite that had anime or Hatsune Miku on it, and we currently lost contact with it a couple of days ago.
That's funny.
Say Miku.
Oh,
I'm looking at that.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Me when I spread misinformation. I am wrong. I was just looking up so it is Voyager 1, and it's nearly 50 years, not 80, like I was saying. 80 would have been too much now that I think about it. My bad. It will reach one light day next year, November. I guess I misinterpreted and thought it was this year. But next year, November. Yeah. It'll reach one light day. Fucking insane. I love space, and I wish we did more, like put more of a budget for NASA or something,
right
so we
here,
can do more.
I found the thing. There was a Japanese satellite that was flying through space that was launched in May 21st, 2010, that had over 1,300 drawings of Hatsune Miku.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Who's that? Actually, scratch that. I don't care.
That's funny.
That's really funny. And yet we're still in contact with Voyager.
Yeah.
Funny.
Yeah, it's fucking far, dude. It's it is approximately 15.6 billion miles away as of September 2025.
Nice.
Yeah. Fucking insane. I love space.
Okay, so talking about space, this isn't actually a topic that I had written down yet because it wasn't anything that I was thinking we were going to talk about. But I forget who it was, but this happened a couple years ago or a year or so ago. I read a dissertation and a thesis on the physical ability to create a warp engine or a warp drive. They mathematically proved that you could bend it. I'm trying to find the information. Have you guys heard about this before?
It sounds
There's
familiar.
been a lot of recent publications about the comprehensive resources of a warp engine in physics, basically allowing that it could physically possibly exist in our universe, and could potentially become a thing depending on the resources. I gotta find the document though. It was absolutely crazy. I remember reading the document a long time ago, like a year or two ago. So I mean, anyway, I didn't know if you guys had heard about that or not.
I fully believe there's something that we can probably make something like that because I mean, back in World War II, it was about the same. It was like theoretically possible that we can create a bomb by splitting an atom.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, at that time, they didn't know shit. They didn't know shit about fuck, and some rumors was just like, oh, if we like set off the bomb, it's actually going to set a chain reaction and the entire atmosphere of the world like goes into flames. But of course we figured it out that was not the case. So I wonder if we're going to have similar predictions to be like, oh, if we get this warp drive, we're actually going to like create a black hole or something or whatever the fuck. And then we actually figure out how to do it. And we're like, oh no, it's better.
I found the paper. Or I think I did. The paper that it was published in, the paper is published, title is Constant Velocity Physical Warp Drive Solution. And the abstract reads as warp drives are exotic solutions for general relativity that offer novel meanings for transportation. In this study, the studying participants present a solution for a constant velocity subluminal warp drive that satisfies all the energy conditions. The solution involves combining a stable matter shell with a shift vector distribution that closely matches the well-known warp drive solutions, such as the Alcubierre metric. We generate the space-time metric numerically, evaluate the energy conditions, and confirm that the shift vector distribution can be reduced to coordinate transformation. The study demonstrates that classical warp drive spacetimes can be made to satisfy the energy conditions by adding a regular matter shell with a positive ADM mass interval.
Yeah, ain't no one understand that shit.
Nope.
Okay. Well, okay.
Still cool though.
But
yeah,
no, I'm gonna. It was done at Cornell. It was a Cornell University study. I'm trying to actually pull up the physical documentation in the paper itself. There it is. I found it. Let me do this. But yeah, so sorry. Now I'm nerding out again. Sorry.
So basically, monkey.
Where did it go?
Okay. Well, I'm gonna continue on.
Sorry.
I don't know if y'all.
Sorry.
I don't know if y'all have any other topics, but I got a couple more. And then I should be Gucci. Did y'all see the Meta glasses? The Meta Ray-Ban glasses stuff?
Glasses.
Yeah. So I just got to preface this. I was kind of dabbling in the world of like AR glasses, but like a couple of years ago, back at my job, they bought a really expensive thing called the Google Glass. If y'all have ever heard of Google Glass, they're not glasses, but it's basically kind of like not a hologram. I don't know. It's a frame, like a frameless glasses with a piece of square glass. That's why it's called a Google Glass. Kind of at the corner of your eye, and it shines a light through it, and it kind of makes like a hologram.
Yeah.
And essentially, it's an Android device that is shining its display on this glass part. So they bought it. It was like it's over $1,000 for the Google Glass, and I think they almost bought two. But I actually did hold a Google Glass, and I did work on it, so I knew how to do stuff. I don't know what happened to it. I might ask someone, so I can probably toy and play with the Google Glass again. But yeah, it was fun. But so Meta was doing something similar, but better. They, I guess, went with Ray-Bans, the company, and created this thing called the Meta Ray-Ban glasses. And it's kind of the same kind of concept, but this time it actually looks like normal glasses, and it's actually functional, and and it's not really jank, and it's awesome.
Mm-hmm. I remember when seeing that first came out, and I wanted to try it, and then I remembered I was poor.
Yeah. I mean, it was expensive. I forgot how much they paid. It was definitely over $1,000. I think it was like $1,300 for the Google Glass. But I remember like wearing it at work, and I just thought I was like a fucking like nerd because it actually looks like one of those nerd shit that you see like in the 90s that like, you know,
no, hold on,
introverted.
Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide. What was the guy's name again?
Oh yeah,
Cookie.
Cookie.
Yeah, it was Cookie.
Yeah, Cookie.
Yeah. It was Cookie. He had that
Classified School
Survival Guide. It was always
Guide.
cool as shit.
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna look up a picture of Cookie. Cookie glasses. Okay, so he literally just had glasses and attached a webcam to it.
Yeah, it was so cool though, dude. It was so cool. I love Cookie. Cookie was great.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, essentially, I did have a similar thing to what Cookie had, but mine was actually. Though. Wait, hold on. I found a better picture.
Yeah, no, the camera was not supposed to be there. It's just a little.
Yeah.
It's literally what Cookie has.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I guess it is very similar to what Cookie had. Yeah. I guess I could have felt like that, but I wasn't thinking about that at the time.
That's so cool.
Yeah. I'm gonna go talk because I've been told that we still have it. And of course, no one uses it because I'm the only developer in the company. So, and it's essentially an Android device. So I can program like an Android thing. I think what they wanted to do was like, since it has a camera and you can like record or take pictures with it, they wanted to like kind of take a picture of like SKUs or something. Like you can just like look at a SKU and it'll automatically like pull up like whatever product that is. Like I remember they wanted to do something cool like that, but when I was actually testing and developing it, it didn't really work that well because you have to be like dead center and it doesn't do QR codes. So it has to be a normal SKU and you kind of have to like bend over and be in awkward positions to even get a good shot. So we kind of scrapped it, but we still have it. So maybe I can try to find it and I can bring it over and you can test it out and feel like Cookie. But sorry, little tech rant there.
Very cool though.
But yeah, Meta actually created their own commercial. It's actually available like right now. I think you can buy Meta Ray-Ban glasses, and it essentially is like a phone in your glasses, and it can like live translate like anyone who you're talking to. It can like live translate for you, and do a bunch of other like cool stuff. And it's actually not. It doesn't seem like it's shit. Like all the tech YouTubers are actually like, holy shit, this actually might become something.
Dude, I don't know. This reminds me of the whole, was it Apple? I don't remember. It was one of the companies where they were selling VR shit and you just see people wearing it in public.
So it was Apple, and it's not VR, it's AR.
Yeah. Augmented reality.
It's the what was it called? The Apple. It's the Apple headset.
Yeah, it's like, but the glasses are like that, but like this is better. Arguably.
Oh, it's called the Vision Pro. Yeah, the Apple Vision Pro.
This is arguably better, and you look far less stupid.
Oh yeah, because it just looks like normal glasses.
Well, it looks like glasses with the extra thing. If you want to do Cookie cosplay, you'd be pretty good.
Hold on, let me show you a picture of the Meta glasses. So they are kind of thick, so they're not completely like looking like normal glasses. But
no, it is like those look good.
Yeah, well, I mean it's also from Ray-Ban, but they are kind of thick, so they're not there yet. But this is like a V1 of the product. Like, of course, the first prototype version is always going to be the bulkiest and the weirdest looking stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, as much as I hate companies trying to like track everything, like honestly, dude, I can totally see these glasses becoming mainstream.
We simply de-Google them or Tesla them.
Like actually fucking legitimate. Like, yeah, just demetify them. I mean, I don't know how locked down or proprietary it is, but someone is easily just going to buy these. So by the way, these are $800.
Yikes.
Yeah, which is funny enough, it's still cheaper than an iPhone. But
yeah, okay. Ouch.
But these actually look pretty good. And people have been saying like the UI and everything has actually been like also good because they've done some cracked ass like R&D. You wear a wristband and you like move your fingers in a certain way that actually feels natural to go across like the different UI elements. And like dude, you wear a fucking wristband and it reads your electrical pulses to use your glasses.
That's crazy.
It's awesome. I don't know.
Okay, well, speaking of electrical pulses, did you see the dude who wired into the game into his muscle fibers of his arm to create a biometric auto aim? Or did you see that? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah. He put the muscle stimulant stuff, like the patches on his arms.
He actually inserted the needles into his arm. So he actually got like...
I haven't seen that.
He actually inserted those. Yeah. He went out even further so his arm would move with the things on the screen. And as soon as something passed over the center dot, his finger would click. And he basically created Aimbot, but biometric. It was freaking crazy.
We're getting to Cyberpunk closer and closer every day.
Oh, that's so dope. I was laughing so hard at that.
That's funny. But... Oh, I mean... Well, I've done enough rants, so I'm gonna... That's all the topics for me for this week.
All right. I think we can... I mean... You got another thing?
No, I mean, I was going to say I could talk for hours because I got a whole list of stuff we could talk about. But some of my stuff is more complex, I guess you could say. So we can save it for another time, or another episode.
Yeah. I mean...
Complex for our feeble mind.
The fucking PlayStation whatever Direct was announced. But, well, that's a topic for another day. I need to look into that more. Yeah. Apparently, it was dog shit.
Tune in next week.
Tune in next week.
Yeah.
But anyways, thank you, everybody, for watching this week's episode of the Load with Tail podcast. You can check out all our shit down in the description down below, like always. And you also have anything else to say before we go?
Stop taking your meds, but...
take your meds, but take the prescribed amount by your doctor.
Ask your doctor first before your meds are good.
Yeah.
With that being said, we'll see everybody next time. Bye. See ya. Bye.